Oh man. Hey guys, Drew here, and I'm going to tell you guys where I have been because I haven't been posting for a little bit. So I'm going to tell you guys an update on kind of what's happened with my life, and I kind of went through a little bit of a serious situation um, where I guess I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I almost lost my eyesight. So that was really yeah. So I almost lost my eyesight. That's why I haven't been able to upload videos and do any jersey swaps or any UMHB content because my eyes have um, been very bad, and but they're a lot better now today. Um, Not great, not 100%, but yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys the story on how I almost lost my eyesight, and how, by the grace of God, that I was able to get it back. So yeah, like the beginning of August, like I kind of like noticed um, some weird things with my vision, like whenever it was dark, I couldn't see anything. Like it was completely pitch black. Like I couldn't make anything. Whenever it was dark outside, I couldn't make out anything. Or dark in a room, it would look completely pitch black. Like um, even if there was some light, it would still be very pitch black, and it was very hard to see. And then I kind of started to get like kind of dizzy because my eyesight was bad, and it was really hard to kind of like see certain things. And then I kind of started to notice that my left eye started to get really blurry. My left eye was really getting blurry, and everything was getting really dark. Like I couldn't really, like my eyes weren't really reacting to light and stuff. So like if you were to shine a light in my face, it wouldn't make any reaction. It would just I would just be like I could just literally stare at the sun for ever, and it wouldn't hurt my eyes. Well, maybe, but I could just stare at it. Like I wouldn't have to squint. Like I could literally just stare into a light. Um, and I was just that was weird. So I noticed that like within 2 weeks, all of this happened. My everything was just a lot darker. I couldn't see anything in the dark really, or even if it was sunset, it was really extremely hard to see. But I really noticed my left eye was really getting blurry, and uh, that was really concerning. So in my head, I thought, well, maybe I'm just gonna need glasses or something. But I just thought like, that it was just really strange that my left eye just got really blurry, and it all happened really fast. Um, and it's still kind of like my vision's not 100% right now, but um, so it was just, yeah, it was really hard to kind of be able to do my work and stuff because of the state of my vision. So um, I was lucky enough. My mom, I guess, she made an appointment to get me some glasses, or not to just get me some glasses, just to check on my vision. And so I woke up at like 9 because she woke me up. She's like, "Okay, we got to go to the eye doctor," and I didn't realize because I guess there was a cancellation so they could fit us in, which I was so grateful for. I had no idea. So on the 20th, on Wednesday, I was able to go to the eye doctor, and they ran a ton of eye tests on me and stuff, and a ton of pictures. I was there for probably like 2, almost maybe 3 hours just doing eye tests. And they were going to dilate my eyes, but then they're like, your eyes are already dilated. Like, your eyes are already dilated. So I was like, huh, that's weird. And they were doing lights, and just like they were with their, flashlights and stuff, my eyes weren't reacting, and my pupils were all dilated. And um, so that was really interesting. It was really odd. So it was more, not just when they started saying that, I was like, okay, this is probably going to be more than just some glasses. So I took countless pictures for hours, and um, that and that was, oh, I hated that. And then they were doing the little like thing, like the putting different lenses on my eyes, and they were trying to get me to read some of the stuff, and I couldn't read any of it basically with my left eye. Like I couldn't read any of the letters. I couldn't do an eye test like at all with my left eye. I couldn't see anything. I could just like literally, I couldn't even see the letters, and it was all blurry. And with my right eye, I could do a little bit, but not as not great because everything was getting really dark. And then they turned the lights off in the room and tried to make me do it that way and put a little itty bitty light on the thing, which made it awful because I couldn't really see in the dark anyway. So so then they did that, and they tested me for glasses, and then they were doing countless pictures on me. Then I had to go out to the waiting room, and then they put me back in for more pictures. And then the doctor kind of like was like, well, yeah, Drew, I'm kind of concerned about you. And I was like, okay. And they're like, well, you probably have optic neuropathy. What optic neuropathy is basically the optic nerves stop working. So pretty much in optic neuropathy is the damage and stuff, like getting the nerves back up. It's irreversible. So at that point, I was like, I thought it was it. Like I thought my vision was done. I was like, my life, like I was like, oh, dude, like I was like, dude, how am I gonna do the UMHB stuff? How am I even gonna be able to see? How am I even gonna be able to see my mom? How am I gonna be able to see my brother? How am I gonna? I mean, like, I thought I was like truly, and the way they were saying it, it was a super high chance I was gonna go blind. If not one, they were saying he's saying probably in one eye, if not both. So that was crazy. So basically, that's what happened, and so, and then he's like, well, okay, we're gonna get you to a specialist, so to see, because they're gonna take a further look at you. But for what I'm seeing, it looks like it's optic neuropathy. So, and they're like, well, yeah, he doesn't have an opening until September 2nd. So that was so long away. Um, so, but fortunately, I was actually able to get in on the 25th. So I did. They were able to fit me in on the 25th. So that was really good. But I'll talk about that in a moment. So basically, with the with my eyes and getting that news, I was like, dude, I'm not going to be able to do the ball boy stuff. I'm not going to be able to be at the scrimmage. I'm not going to be able to do all that stuff. And that was really hard doing that, thinking of that. And I was like, my parents were like, you probably shouldn't go to the scrimmage. And I was like, oh, I'll go. And so I went, and I couldn't stay because the way the lighting on the field was, I couldn't see anything really on the field. I couldn't see the players. I mean, I could see the players, but I couldn't really see what was going on because of the light contrast. So I just left because I'm like, dude, I can't see anything on the field, and I just felt really weak, and I was like, I can't stay. It was so frustrating to me because I really wanted to be able to watch that. On Saturday, Mom's like, okay. So that's when I got the news that I was able to go see the doctor on Monday. And I was so happy. I was like, oh, thank you. Because I don't know. I mean, who knows how worse my vision could have gotten in 2 weeks, I would have had to wait 2 weeks, basically, almost, to go see the specialist. And I was like, what? I mean, so I was so scared. Dude, really? We're gonna have to do so much editing on this. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so I was able to get fit in there, and I was so nervous. I was like, oh, man, because I was just expecting the worst, And I was like, oh, like, because the other guy told me I had optic neuropathy, and I looked up all about it, and the damage is irreversible. So I was like, I don't know even how they're gonna prevent it. Anyway, so I go in. Actually, it was a crazy day. So 9:45, I wake up, and I had to do eye test there at 9:45. And so then I couldn't really see the doctor until not nine, till like one something. I can't remember what it was. It was one something because they were trying to fit me in, and he had like a big meeting. Um, so they were doing like these eye tests and stuff. Again, more eye tests. I know. Then I was like, okay, but then I was like, oh, this is brutal because like I I had to wait for 2 hours. I was like, oh, I had to wait like till 12:30 to go back. I was like, so basically I just have to wait for this like time gap, just not even knowing like, okay, what is happening? Like, I couldn't even get it off right easy. I just had to be like be here and like be like, oh my gosh, like what is gonna happen? And so I go back in, and first I didn't get to see him first. I got to see this lady who's another doctor, and she started, just asking me certain things of what I was experiencing and all this and that. So um, I told her, and she did some checks on my eyes and stuff, and then she like did a lot of like the lights and stuff, and checking and they were still dilated. They didn't have to dilate my eyes. It was Dr. Kenneth Lau. He changed my life. So Dr. Lau came in, and he was so nice. Like he was like the nicest guy, the nicest doctor. He was so nice. He was a great guy. As soon as he came in, I was like, this is awesome. Like all the other doctors I've seen, like he cared, you know, and the other ones really that I saw. I mean, everybody else was nice, but they didn't care like he did. Just had a charismatic spirit. So I just knew I was like, I was in great hands. And um, so sorry, this is kind of hard. As the mower comes in. Thank you. I need a minute anyway. Dang, dude, I never get emotional either. Like this is tough. Um, Gosh, man. I didn't think I was gonna cry. So came in, and um, I was just expecting the worst. I just knew. I was like, oh, this is gonna be so bad. And it's just like, yeah, I knew. I was thinking it was game over. And so he just started telling me about like what was really happening, and I was always wondering. And basically what he was saying, he's like, the reason you can't see in the dark is because you have what's called night blindness. And basically what night blindness is takes away the ability for your eyes to get used to light. So like it kind of took the ability to get for my eyes to get used to the dark. You know how your eyes can normally get used to the dark, and then you can kind of see. My eyes couldn't do that because I have what's called night blindness. So that's why I was like, oh my gosh. And he just kept saying all the side effects of it. It's like, yeah, that's exactly what I have. Like it was like he was in my body. It was crazy. And so he was showing me a chart, and 90% of my right eye I actually had, and but my left eye, 52% of my left eye is not was not working. I hope it's getting better now, but 52% of my left eye was not working. That's why it was all blurry. He told me to guess, and I said probably 50-60%. And he's like, oh wow, it was really close. Yeah, 52% is not working. So I was just like, oh my gosh, like all this. I was like, this is like getting hit on me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, dude, am I gonna have to like have one eye for the rest of my life, or is it just gonna get worse? So anyway, he started telling me, he's like, well, um, and then I actually did have to go get my blood drawn. They did make me go get labs like a couple days before, on Saturday, right before I went to the scrimmage. I had to go get some labs done. You know, they always take labs anyway, you know, doctors. So I had to go get my blood drawn. I hated that. But I got like, so painless. I don't know who the lady was, but she was a amazing person to draw blood. Like, it was nuts. So I thank God for her. And I didn't even feel it. Anyway, so they had some of my stuff and they showed me all my vitamin stuff. But they were really testing because they were testing for the vitamin A because they were thinking something was up with my vitamin A levels. But they showed me because the vitamin A, I guess, takes a little bit longer to come in. So when I went in to see Dr. Lau, they didn't have it in yet. But they showed my vitamin B, all the other vitamins, and they were like, yeah, all the other vitamins are good. We don't see anything wrong with that. But they were really concerned still about my eyes. And so he went to, he was telling me all about the cones and the rods and how my rods and cones in my eyes are not working or like they're supposed to be. So that's basically what he was telling. He was telling me all that and how it wasn't working, and so that's why I was having but we didn't know what was causing it. So he was like, well, to be honest, with what I'm seeing right now, it doesn't seem like you have optic neuropathy, which I thought was interesting because the other guy told me that I did, and he didn't think that. Dr. Lau didn't think that. So then Dr. Lau was like, okay, let me take a look at your eyes. And he looked at my eyes, and thank God, the blood is still flowing in my optic nerves, and which is great. So if the blood keeps flowing, which it is, no damage will be done. So thank God, I wouldn't have done it without God, but since the blood was flowing, it's reversible. So they said it's probably a vitamin A problem. And, the day, I think Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember, Dr. Lau confirmed that my vitamin A levels were low. But before I left Dr. Lau's office, my mom, and then my stepdad, because he was so gracious, even though he was working that day, because he's a doctor, he stopped so he could be with me for that appointment, and we all prayed that everything was going to be okay. And so what's happening now is I'm taking vitamins and stuff, and I'm going to have to take bigger vitamins and to get my vitamin A levels back up, like a strong thing of vitamins. And I've been taking like little tablets and stuff, and I've noticed my eyesight is coming back. So basically they're saying that my eyesight is going to come back fully. It's all going to be restored. So the optic neuropathy was not the case. It was a vitamin A deficiency. So I am forever grateful that God gave me a second chance with my eyes. And so that's where I've been. And that's why I haven't been posting, because literally I've been trying to give my eyes a break because I can't really post highlights if I can't really see the best. So, but I can tell the blurriness in my left eye is going away, and I'm gonna go back and see Dr. Lau in a month so he can check on my eyes, and so I should be able to get my vision back. So I appreciate you guys for always sticking with me, and but don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. Thank God, and I'll see you guys later.